who are here. I'd like to go through an agenda or a roadmap. That roadmap will be me, first of all, introducing who is here tonight that will be assisting in support of this meeting. I'd like to give you a brief chronology of this project. We will speak also about the motion that council supported. So what are the parameters that staff have been given to work with and the direction that they, the work that they're charged with doing and the budget within which they must do that. I will underscore for you that this is a conversion project. It's not a reconstruction project. The staff are going to, after that, they're going to review the principles that guided this conversion project, and then we're going to go through it almost intersection by intersection. And I know for me, personally speaking, it's a little bit challenging for me to understand a lot of these details, but what I do find very helpful is when I hear the comments of my neighbors who may know their intersection better than I do it, and I can learn from that, and I hope we can learn together as we move forward into the evening. I want you to know that when it comes time for you to give your feedback or to ask your question, I will be asking you to come to the mic, which is up there. That's where I will be seated after I give my remarks. Staff will be down here. And the reason I'm asking you to come to the mic is so that everybody else can hear your question. We are recording this. You won't be on tape, but you're from one-way to two-way traffic operations based on the report prepared by AECOM to be funded for just over $1 million, and it will be funded from the Lead Camera Reserve. So they approved of that conversion between Aberdeen and Maine, and that staff from Public Works work with the LRT office, and they meet with the objective of including the King to Maine block in that conversion from one-way to two-way, and discuss it within the context of LRT moving forward. So that's what's on the table for us tonight. And what I'd like to do is hand it over to who is going to be the lead walking us through This is Rob. He's going to be walking us through it. Is everybody okay with the agenda? Was that your expectation coming forward tonight?
I have one question. Is it the time to ask, or?
Sure.
So my query is, why is this only to Maine and not to King? I understand it's something with LRT.
Yep.
My comment about that is a huge percentage of the traffic that turns left on Aberdeen is going to be taken away if you go to King.
Mm-hmm.
Very little will be taken away if you go to Maine.
I can try and answer that.
Unless it's two-way Maine.
That's a very good question. They're all good questions. In June, when council received the engineering report from AECOM and the feasibility, they had a number of options before them. One of them was, do we wait to do the conversion until LRT is complete? Or do we go up as far as Maine and then have a greater sense of certainty with what's going on with LRT and then move beyond that? And does that answer your question? So that's the decision that council made.
Okay, without taking too much time, my next question would be, is Main Street, is there a plan to make that two-way, or?
That's not on the agenda tonight. Is that right? Because I can't see
it.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, what we have displayed up on the screen is what we call our pave marking and signing plan. Now, there's some information on this document, like these hexagon shapes. That's just a guide to indicate what type of line marking that is. But so you don't really need to concern yourself about it. But this design is probably about 90% complete, but it's certainly not a finished design. This is starting at Aberdeen and Queen, and north is to the right on the screen. So What's shown here is basically kind of what's already in place at Aberdeen and Queen. It shows a longer left turn lane distance here, but that may change. So just slide it over to the, yeah. So you'll see here up at Stanley, the design shows the center median where we have those knockdown sticks today. That'll be to enhance the no turns into that street. All along Queen Street, when we cross the side street, we're showing ladder bar markings. Crosswalks with ladder bar markings all along. And some of the pavement marking design here will be modified slightly. Okay, move over. So next up is Herkimer. Now Herkimer is the intersection which currently has a 3 pedestrian crosswalks at it. There's an island out there. You want to highlight where that island is there, Mike? So there's an island. It'll have to obviously be made smaller because we need to get a northbound lane through that area. So we've kind of shown here in general where we think pedestrians will cross. The crossing across Herkimer necessarily is probably not going to be there. We'll bring it up closer to the edge of Queen Street. We haven't really finalized the design yet on this, but this will be a signalized intersection, traffic signal. I don't know what else we can say here, if there's any comments or questions.
Sorry, Rob, what I failed to disclose at the beginning was some of those principles guiding the conversion. So it would, the conversion will be 1 lane heading northbound and 2 lanes heading southbound.
That's right.
Thank you.
Could I ask a question about this intersection?
Mm-hmm.
Is there no crossing on the south side?
Sorry, because we are recording
Do you
it,
want me to come up?
if you wouldn't mind coming up, and that way your neighbors, when we report back, who weren't able to be here, will have heard the question.
Thank you. I just wanted to ask at the intersection of Queen and Herkimer, why there's no east-west crossing at the south side.
Where would you see that crossing be? Just so right where the hand is shown there on the drawing?
Yeah.
One of the reasons we don't want to put a crossing there is when we signalize this intersection, when Herkimer hits the green display, pedestrians will get to the place to cross Queen Street on the north side, and if we put one on the south side. The problem we have on these types of intersections, somebody turning right off Herkimer heading southbound towards Aberdeen will now cross that crosswalk at 90 degrees, and they will not recognize that that person in the crosswalk actually has the right of way. It's common when you have these type of what we call offset intersections. It's problematic because people will say, do I stop, do I keep going, why is this person crossing in front of me? So to avoid that, we've shown one crossing up at the north side, and the north side will have the least amount of conflicts. All you have is the left turns off at Herkimer.
I guess my concern is that St. Joseph's School is on the south side of Herkimer, so we're asking families and children to make 3 crossings instead of 1. And would there be a way around that with signalization and an advanced pedestrian crossing
Where?
there? That wouldn't allow that.
Again, it's going to be very problematic in that if we put a crossing there, we're going to have to stop traffic right where that number 13 is shown on the drawing. And there's a good chance that traffic will back up and block the intersection.
Could it not stop further back at the other ladder crossing?
I think David wants
Does this work? So with this, we went through various options and looked at what you're suggesting. Based on what Rob is saying and our evaluation of the location, this was the safest possible design. Because we're worried that anybody crossing that leg to the south is going to be in conflict with those turning vehicles, and we know what turning vehicles can do when they're trying to get through a crosswalk and there's a pedestrian in there, they have a tendency not to stop. So we knew there were a number of children that crossed this area, and so we wanted to remove that conflict point. So this is the safest possible.
I think what we'll do is we'll allow these questions for the people who are making their way up. It's also feedback, it doesn't have to be a question. I'm wondering though, if after these gentlemen speak, will we'll let Rod go through everything. We'll hold our comments, and then if we want to go back to something, let's do that.
Just in your deliberations about how to handle that intersection, did you include the option of having all 4 pedestrian crossings operate at the same time?
No, we haven't considered that. That's you call pedestrian scramble phase, and they're inherently there's a problem with those two. Because, you can allow pedestrians to cross all at the same time, but when the green comes on for the vehicles, will you allow pedestrians to cross with the vehicles?
So, just for everybody in the room, so comments like that, we will take those comments back, we'll evaluate it and determine what happens, and then we'll, from a level of service standpoint, from a safety standpoint, and then we'll discuss that with the counselor to let her know what our findings are of that. So throughout this entire design, if we did meet with some people earlier today, and they had similar type comments that we've taken and we're going to take back and review it. So if you do have comments like that, please do bring them forward so that we can evaluate them.
Thank you for helping me out on that one, David. So the purpose of tonight is for me to listen and for you to have an opportunity to provide that feedback. We are going to set everything out for you in a mini report that will provide you with the answers to these questions and an account of your feedback. For those matters that if you have a question that's outstanding in terms of the answer being outstanding, we will work deliberately to get you that answer. And that will also be in the report, which we will get back to those people who are in attendance and those throughout the neighborhood. This feedback from you tonight is also informing staff and me as we move forward.
I think we're going to allow one more question at this point.
I have to attend another meeting soon, so I would like to ask a general question. What is the purpose of this change in traffic direction? Is it just to accommodate the LRT?
I can answer that question. The purpose,
Speaking of the mic, you better
Thank you. The purpose of the conversion was when the work began in 2012, 2013. The community wanted a conversion as one way in which to bring some measure of control over the traffic, so slowing down the traffic. Because when you have two antagonistic forces going at you, it's one way in which.
Okay, so we'll move down. Next intersection up is Charlton. Really not too much change there. We saw some of the crosswalks being redesigned a bit to suit a little better design. And we've had some comments earlier today that will mean some more changes, potential changes here. But going up again at Robinson, not much change. The same on both sides. One thing to note here in yellow, does that show up in yellow? That we're just kind of showing their potential parking opportunities on Queen Street, because with us going to a one-way northbound lane, we're gonna have to remove all the parking on the east side of Queen Street. So we estimate there's about 51 parking opportunities on the east side of Queen Street. When we go to the west side, we're not gonna be able to provide quite that many spaces. There's just, when you look at it, like this particular block, you can see it's a long block with no driveways, whereas on the other side of the road, there's several houses. We can't block the driveways, so we end up losing spaces. So we estimate about 36 spaces can be provided on Queen Street between basically Charlton and Main Street. Duke, which is where we have the intersection pedestrian signal or half signal. That'll become a fully signalized intersection, like the other intersections along Queen. We get up to Old, not much changes here. Same at Hunter. It'll have this obviously a northbound lane. The only thing one thing we have identified is this movement, this right turn movement here. because of this really tight radius in the corner, and there's a big hydro pole right in the corner there. We don't want to allow right turns, so we're going to prohibit right turns there, because they just won't be able to get around that corner without encroaching into this other lanes or riding up over the curb. Then there's Canada Street, Jackson. Again, there's not much change there. And obviously, right now, because it's ending at Main.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Just two questions, both relating to the intersection of Hunter
Okay.
and Queen. Just a thought, if you're not contemplating putting a crosswalk on the south side of Herkimer and Queen, perhaps you should evaluate for the same reason, eliminating the one on the south side. What you said is the safety considerations. I see that on a daily basis.
Yeah, that's got the double left turns there. We're not, actually used to be triple left turns before they put the bike lanes in. Yeah, we could certainly evaluate that. I mean, I know I wouldn't be opposed to that idea, but again, it would be a bit of question about convenience for pedestrians crossing.
And the other question is the bridge where the south crosswalk is. Anybody who's traveling on Queen Street now recognizes that after the weather we've had another road heaving.
Oh, yeah.
And we've got a bump that's bigger and worse than any of the slow down bumps that we've got on any of our roads. Whether it's one way or two way, what are you going to do to address that issue?
Like I said, our scope of work was purely more of a pavement marking and signing issue. But I think, I know the bump you're talking about, I think it's really the top of the railway tunnel.
Yes, it is. And they've worked on it a number of times and we have the same issue.
Yeah, that would be something we'd have to maybe refer to another group to take a look at. Yeah.
But you have that many more cars, if you go to two ways, you're gonna have that many more cars exposed to that.
Yeah, and the cars coming from different directions. I don't know what that's gonna be, but yes, I don't know what you're talking about.
After we from another meeting, but I just have a question in regards to the last question I had. You said it being one way now makes it dangerous. Do you know how many accidents have been on that stretch of the road in the last year or last 5 years?
On this particular stretch by Hunter,
The whole stretch?
the whole stretch, I couldn't tell you. We have that information, I just don't have it with you today.
Well, I think that's an important issue because
I don't know off the top of my
twice
head.
$1 million.
I don't know if it's in the study or not, the reports. I don't think so. We'll take a note too.
I mean, is there that much money in the city that would waste $1 million to change a few, literally it's a few blocks for $1 million if there be no accidents? No problem.
Okay, we're talking about tonight, the parameters that are on the table and the direction that's been given by council and the money that has been assigned to this, is that there is a conversion forthcoming.
So just to finish off, here at Main Street, obviously the curb lane coming northbound is going to become a right turn only lane onto Main, and the opposing lane on coming down Queen from King will become a left turn only lane onto Main. I believe doesn't show in this drawing, but we're considering prohibit right turns on red here. And we've got two crossings, ladder bars. We're going to have ladder bars in the last two crossings here. That's basically what we designed. As you see, we haven't shown any design work up to King here. The other thing to point out is we plan to allow parking on the west side of Queen all day except 4 to 6 p.m. Monday to Fridays, which is when we're going to need a little more capacity for the southbound traffic. Outside of those periods, you can park there.
Did you highlight the island at the stand?
Yeah, we put it into that. Bring it down again.
That's a concrete island.
That'll be a raised concrete island,
So-
replace the bollards.
So there is a restriction on Stanley at present. That restriction is going to remain and it's going to become a permanent concrete one. Is that what you're saying, Rob?
Right, we show on here the sign being removed, but we may leave the sign in there, but the island certainly would prohibit that, or make that movement much more difficult, that's for sure. That will become a permanent feature. No left turns on the stand.
So I know that's, thank you so much. That is a lot to digest, and the features are quite detailed. But again, we can often learn from the comments and feedback from our neighbors. So if anyone has some feedback to offer and questions, now is your opportunity, and I will be listening and taking good notes.
Take me back to Homewood and Mark.
Homewood. Is that what it is?
So a person who lives on Homewood and wants to head east, how are they going to cross Queen Street? Making the premise, of course, and I'm not a traffic expert, but I would think a pedestrian would want to take the shortest route to get to their destination. So if I live on Homewood, how am I going to go east?
You're talking as a pedestrian, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
How am I going to head east to James Street?
Yeah, the way we would look at it is either you go down to Aberdeen or you have to go to here to cross. Versus now they go here to cross, or they go down to Aberdeen to cross.
It just seems to me that the distance is so far from Homewood, that a person would have to go to Herkimer when they can go through Markland. There's going to be a lot of jaywalking, and at nighttime, there's going to be a higher incidence of people being hit.
Well, we can take a look at that. One of the issues we always deal with is when you start putting devices too close together on the roadway, it starts to be difficult. The drivers get distracted. There might be someone crossing here, but they're looking at the signal displays up here, or they might be looking at the signal displays up here. Generally speaking, we like to keep about 200 meters between devices. I know that's not possible here to put something at these locations and still have a lot of spacing, but we can look at it. But that's our concerns.
And the parking on that area for Homeland, Aberdeen, there is currently some parking on the east side of Queen Street. So when you put up that barrier, are you taking away all the parking?
Yeah, that is one. Do we show the change here? That is one change that will happen. There'll be how much parking there, right?
I think right now it's all gone, isn't it?
No,
I think there's. Is it between
Aberdeen and Markland?
I think it's somewhere around here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they
Somewhere
park all along
and-
there at night.
And it ends somewhere.
Ends before
past
Markland.
here.
Ends before Markland.
Yeah,
At most, it was like 4 spots, I think.
yeah. There was some parking lot there.
So
There's
those
a sign
people,
here, but it doesn't say what the sign is about.
so those people are going to park on Homewood, which is already over congested.
Well, let's put it, we'll have to put it down as, one thing I guess what we're trying to do is keep it, if traffic is in this lane, that they stay in this lane, that they don't veer back to this lane. Because one problem you will have, let's say you allow parking here, but there's nobody parked there. So the first guy in line maybe realizes he follows this track path, and then he tries cutting back in, and some guy comes up beside him. Because he sees there's no cars parked, they can sideswipe it. It's kind of, you kind of want to keep it as a single file. You don't get this wind out and just close back in a number of feet later. But we can look at it. But you're right, there is some parking that it will be lost. If it's not lost or anything, I guess it's still there.
Why did you have I don't know what you call those striped areas? If you took out those 2 striped areas and you let the cars travel in the left lane heading northbound on Queen, you can still have parking on the right side and they can just flow right into Berkeley.
But it's like I said, you're gonna have the cars come through, they're gonna swing out, and then they're gonna swing back in. And if there's, potentially, if there's, say, no cars parked in the curb lane, you may have people deciding they're gonna try and pass that guy in front of them. That could be creating, and you end up creating like a pinch point on the far side.
But you created that problem by putting those bars currently, you created that problem. If they didn't exist, the cars would stay in the left lane.
One of the requirements of what we're doing was to put this island in. So there's not enough room here for 2 lanes. So we had to at some point, we have to close this lane off. What do you want me to bring this up?
Let me try this one myself again.
Oh, no, I understand what you're saying.
Take out the three,
Yes, you take this out.
put the
take-
barrier in the right side. Put the barrier in the right side so the cars stay all the way straight to the left until they get to Herkimer and just turn in.
Well, we
You
could,
have one
like say,
straight line and you don't have any of those barriers.
okay,
People
let
can
us,
still
let us,
park on the right side.
let us take a look at it. Your concern is that if they don't park here, they're gonna park over here.
Yeah.
We can take a look. I just, some thoughts just crossed my mind as we're sitting here, so let us take a look at it. I think we might be able to do something there, I got an idea here.
But when, my concern is that there are a lot of apartments there, and the one apartment on the corner of, I think, Duke and Queen, has a lot of visitors from the fire department, the police department, a lot of flashing lights from, going on, and it comes into my place. I'm concerned, or maybe I just don't understand, what's going to happen in that lane in front of those apartment buildings that are presently, in the evenings, a lot of things seem to go on, people's health, they're ill or whatever, and it's an abnormal amount of vehicles for fire department and ambulances from my perspective. Is that lane going to stay there for parking? Or what's happening there? I didn't look at it.
Typically, we restrict parking near a traffic signal, but we have flexibility as to how far we restrict it back. We just don't want cars parked so close that they obscure the vision of pedestrians at the intersection. And as far as the light changing, when we signalize this completely, it'll operate much like it does today. It's going to be a push button across the road. You'll get, I don't know, it's 3 lanes, they probably get about 20 seconds.
But the southbound display will be on the other
Mike,
side of the intersection.
Mike, can you push the button so we can hear you?
At that intersection, the southbound display will be on the far side of the intersection, so that will mitigate the flashing in your windows.
Yeah, what we don't show on this drawing too is the width of the road here.
Box.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing that we
Nothing you can do about that.
No, that's-
So the traffic light at the corner of Duke and Queen is going to be a regular traffic light?
That's the plan right now.
20 minutes before it changes?
Actually, we were advised today that they residents like to keep it the same way it operates today, which is you push the button and
I like that too.
5 seconds later it changes. So,
I like that rather than a permanent light that's changing, which may work in other communities. But as I said, I'm hearing boom boxes in my house. And most of the time I can ignore them, but sometimes you can't. And there's no way you can ignore ambulances and sirens going off if you've got a problem.
actually, just in general, if you drive around the city, most of our traffic signals are one-way streets, cycle all the time. You don't need a button to cross. But this now going to 2-way, it's not normal that we cycle like on a 2-way street without demand being.
Is you've taken away our ability to turn right on Queen, jog onto Stanley, even though our entire lives, school, church, karate, everything's on lock or Dundurn. So you forced us onto Aberdeen, but can you please picture coming out of Markland and turning left onto Queen? Just envision that. So you're creeping to the end, you've got your left signal, you can't see because there's trees, there's cars, there's snow, and there's signs. And now everybody rocketing down the mountain at 60 or 70 kilometers an hour heading north is suddenly swooping into the lane that you're edging out into to see.
I think Dave's got some comment.
So with this design, one of the things it does is if you're turning left off of Markland, is that now you only have essentially one lane of traffic to identify if you're turning left. So you're watching traffic coming down from Aberdeen, you're going to pay attention to now the traffic in the curb lane.
Which you can't really see until your nose is out based on the trees and the design of the street.
Okay, so the trees, that's something we can look at. Is there something we can do with that?
The speed of the cars is another issue.
So, if I can just finish, so with this, so once you've identified that you have a safe gap to make your move, because of this design, you almost have we'll call it a no man's land there. And you're able to sit out and now focus on traffic coming southbound on Queen Street to make sure you have that safe gap to enter the roadway. Whereas now, I know what you're saying, you have to navigate
My life in our
both
hands.
directions, trying to find that safe gap. So this design will help you with that.
I mean, don't get me wrong, we appreciate the work being done. The crossing, we've been there for 4 years. I've lived in Toronto, Montreal, Boston, Vancouver. I think, Cameron, what do you think on average, the number of cars that goes through the pedestrian? 3 to 5. Pushing the button at Herkimer there, including a city bus last week, flying through at 70. 3 to 5 cars on average, as you guys have heard, from the time the pedestrian crosswalk button is pushed before the first car makes a stop. And I've never seen a single police officer ever monitoring Queen Street.
Yeah, and that's essentially why we've gone to a traffic signal here. Obviously, that's the safest device that we can use in terms of getting people across the street. And the concerns that you have raised have been concerns that have been forthcoming from the residents in the area. So, and again, going back to the whole where we've put the crosswalks, we've looked at it as the best opportunity to ensure there's less conflict for pedestrians crossing.
Can I say one?
No, we have one.
Well, actually, I wanted to get to him, because there is a silver lining for you.
No, I'm sorry, Brad. We're gonna do it the way we're gonna do it.
Just one last point. So we moved here 4 years ago. I had seen one car turn onto Markland the wrong way in the first, whatever it was, 3.5 years since we lived here. My neighbors and I are counting 7 to 8 cars a week turning onto Markland, heading the wrong way. They're coming down the mountain. They see the bollards and I can no longer turn on Stanley. Oh my God, what am I going to do? And they turn onto our street. Children, bike lanes, obviously everybody's driving the right way, every other day, and that's a fact, since you put those lines in. There is a small don't turn here sign, but people are so distracted by the efforts you've put in to protect Stanley, that our street has become a nightmare. Turning off our street has become a nightmare.
So one of the things, just looking at this, is we'll have to do some more detail on it, but my question would be, do we really need 2 lanes on Markland exiting? So I'm wondering if on that south side, we could actually take away that lane and actually extend that curb out, so it's almost like a single lane out, and so that you'll remove that desire for a motorist to turn into that road.
It's just so difficult to turn off Markland now, we would double our time. I mean, it has totally changed our neighborhood. To get to my kid's school, which is on the other side of Stanley, I have to inch out every day, my heart's racing, get down to Aberdeen, go all the way over to Locke, which is closed, or Dundurn, and make this huge kind of thoroughfare as opposed to driving through my neighborhood. I don't understand this concept. Why did you protect Stanley?
Well, but if I could just jump in here. This is the intricacies of city building. Because you've remarked on there are children on Markland Street. There's also children on Stanley Street. And the reason that protection was put up is it was deemed to be a safety hazard. So
So the cars coming the wrong
and
way.
I think, yes, that's right. And I think what Mr. Ferguson was suggesting, maybe is looking at Markland. Again, our scope is Queen, but looking at Markland and maybe considering an opportunity to add a bump out, which would prohibit or make it more difficult for cars to think they can opt for Markland. So we've heard your concern, and Ms. Jones has been,
One comment I can make about the island going in, with that island being placed there, that's gonna narrow the roadway. It gives the appearance of a narrow roadway for drivers. So it should have some effect on reducing people's speeds there. They're gonna have a curb right next to the road. That's generally, if you drive through anything where it looks like it's narrow, you're gonna slow down. So that will have some effect in reducing maybe the speeds coming through that area, because that island will be there. Whereas now it's just sticks. I don't know if you can see it. So, but yeah.
Hello. Thank you very much for allowing me to actually say something. First time in an event such as this, so bear with me, please. So as I understand, pedestrian crossover now will not be there?
That's right.
Okay, and as far as, we can't look at Queen Street in a bubble, we also have to look at the tributaries on and off it, which people have raised here. For Bowl Street, I see you have two lanes coming onto Queen Street from the west side. Realistically, I'm not sure they'll fit. Obviously, you've done the measurements, but I'm just thinking of the parking that's already there that we're pretty close to the Bowl. You're talking about reducing, either putting in no parking, I'd rather no parking and no stopping. That could be confusing to some drivers, since it'll be a stop.
Yeah, some of these side street markings, it's shown like this, but it's designed on 100%. I don't think you have markings like this today, do you?
No.
It's just a stop bar probably, and just no lanes.
If it's even there, it means mark.
Yeah. We may just leave it that way. I mean, it's for a lot of these little side streets, I don't know if you really need to designate the lane so much like that.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, well, especially if you go that type of route where you're looking at people turning both ways simultaneously. Unfortunately, the streets aren't necessarily designed even for some of the two-way traffic that we have. That's a whole other issue, but now putting into that in might make it a little more.
Yeah, we would take a look at that, but I don't see that being a critical component of this. So.
Currently, there isn't any parking on the west side, and in fact, we mentioned, but you kind of addressed that too.
On the west side of Queen, that's right.
Yeah, the west side of Queen
There's
Street.
no parking, you park on the
Correct.
west side.
So I thought you would mention something about removing some of those spots. I was just hearing. So obviously, either I serve.
Yeah, because we're going to convert the east side curb lane over here to northbound, we can't allow parking there. So the residents who are going to lose some of this parking asked us to look at, could we provide some parking at least on the west side to make up for what they're losing on the east side.
And just to, I guess, to iterate what some of the other people have said, it is a main route, especially for even ambulances not going to St. Joe's. I would just hate for it to be problematic for them in how this works. So hopefully, I'm sure you're accounting for that, and I hope that's one of the things. Someone's already addressed it, turning on Stanley, why that is. I won't talk about that then. So the light of duty for east-west traffic, if you envision it being similar to what it is today, there's a stop sign there presently.
Yeah, the stop sign today would be a regular traffic signal. So.
But you were saying that the traffic signal was going to be pedestrian activated?
And vehicle activated, so if there's a car waiting, it triggers a light. But it's not going to be any longer duration than what it is today, because there really isn't that much traffic going across.
And sorry to bring it back.
We want to go bold?
North, yeah. So I'm trying to understand, you said you would make the little median there where it turns at, Herkimer, my mistake. The median that's in there now for allowing people to turn right, to stop them basically from continuing northbound. You said you just want to make it smaller. Why is it being?
We've been asked about how is this signal going to be phased, and there's one reason is we're concerned if we remove the median, and if you drive this on a regular basis, you'll know once you turn, you get over to Hess, you need to get into the other lane to go straight through because it turns into a left turn only lane in Hess. So the expectation, if anybody coming south on Queen, they're ideally going to want to get into this curb lane. They're going to turn here and then swing over to Hess. this island would provide a splitter between the heavy northbound rights and the southbound lefts. Because we got to feel if the island's not there, people are going to make a wide right turn, and they'll conflict with those right turns coming north. So it's kind of one encouraging people not to make a wide turn, that they have to turn into their lane as per the Highway Traffic Act, and then they have to switch over.
See, that's just,
And then the reason for the island there, we want to put a pole there to signal on it.
and so that'd be the regular traffic signal you're talking about, out there, would that be something separate?
The way we're looking at phasing this is that these pedestrians crossing it, they'll probably cross more up here.
Yeah.
That crosswalk could be put up here. But based on comments we've received so far, we're probably going to phase it so that the right turns and pedestrians do not move at the same time. So it'll be a signal that says right turn signal. So it'd be red when the pedestrians cross here, the pedestrians cross, and the green arrow will come up for the right turn. So we completely separate it. So you're not getting rights crossing when pedestrians are going. By having that island there, it's a great place for us to put a pole to put the signal head display right in front of the driver, so we'll see. So it serves a couple purposes.
If you were to remove that, that might reduce a lot of the issues that other people were talking about that. And you were just talking about people now trying to get in one lane, moving around.
The other thing it would do, it would, enhance the fact that if you're in the curb lane, you have to turn right. If we move it, someone just might decide he wants to go straight through.
Of course, but you can't account for stupidity, right?
Yeah, we try our best, but we can't.
And I guess just as one final comment, it just seems to be a growing sense within the city of, and not just with Queen Street and other issues that I'm not necessarily going to go into, but there's a lot of things that are happening or seem to have happened that appear not to be a part of a larger plan. It seems that either people, like for instance, those sticks and then making them into permanent outcroppings, then turning the street into a two-way street. So now you have two cars that can't go simultaneously through. Things like that. So it doesn't seem to be planned. So I'm hoping this is all part of some master plan. Yes?
You want to comment, Dave?
I would say that it was identified in our transportation master plan.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's sort of what we worked off and then the direction of the council, so.
Okay. As I said, it seems they make changes and then they have to, probably in 5 years, have to change again, especially with the LRT coming in.
And a lot of times too, with these knockdown sticks, that's something we can install quickly for relatively low cost to
Oh, for sure.
affect the change we want. And then we can budget and schedule for the actual physical curb construction and stuff later on.
So long as that fits into the larger picture. And I'm not a fan of, like, again, turning our streets into obstacle courses. I'm a simple person, unfortunately, or fortunately for me, I've lasted this long. But the more you have people, whether it's speed humps, whether it's that, I understand some bits of it's necessary. When you have people snaking through, I get it, I want to slow traffic down, but we can't make it so bad that people get frustrated and then do stupid things. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Hello, I live on Queen Street above Aberdeen. We have our own separate issues up there. It doesn't really deal with tonight's meeting. Oh, sorry. I also have a business on Lock Street. So what I wanted to first ask is, what is the timing of this actually starting and being completed?
Right
Because it
now,
will impact the threads that get over to Lock. When the street's closed, the only access is for people who are done turn and come in backwards.
right now, the timing is really dependent on when we finalize our designs. We can't go to contract or go to tender until we've got our designs finalized. Right now, they're not finalized. Once we do finalize them, we're probably talking at least 3 or 4 month period just to go through tender process, award, get work started. So we're talking February, June, so, we're talking July or August at the earliest that this stuff would happen. Depending on how quickly we get a resolution on what we actually want done. And as far as the construction work goes, it's gonna be a little more localized, whereas Lock is gonna be some major works.
No, I was just thinking we're going to be impacted seriously on Lock, commencing April. So this this is going to overlap, but not probably come in assistance. So really, the roads that all the volume is going to Aberdeen, and then this is gonna take a huge load off of Pass and Bay Street going down. But the left-hand turns, we don't have Stanley, we don't have Homewood, we have Charlton, that Robinson Street, that just dead ends into the park. So Hunter Street.
And I believe Jackson.
With Main Street, and then that, basically everything goes to Main, has to go right up. And the plan is just to go to King after the decision's made. Okay. Is the parking, one last thing, is the parking going to be limited, like no parking 4 to 6?
Yes.
Okay.
So it says here, it says, and there's no stopping PM, no stopping 4 to 6.
Okay.
Otherwise, you park there. During the afternoon rush hour, you need to pass.
Is there any input on, do we expect more volume on downbound, upbound?
We're not expecting any more going up the mountain, coming in the southbound direction of Queen. It's a little bit of a guess how much traffic is going to go northbound. Our consultant has done some projections, but it really depends on how convenient people find it.
See, with the increase on northbound, living where I am, if I'm coming up from downtown to make a left into my driveway, people are kind enough to let us stop and let us go, but we have to wait and look. That inside lane is going to become more busy. So now we have a double cross. We have to cross twice. And there's been an enormous amount of accidents. I've got people who are launching their cars onto our sidewalks up there. And I know that's a separate issue, but I would like to think that we need to speak to the police department to slow this area down. Let it flow, but you've got the machine up there and analyzing the speeds. Not on rush hour, there's no speeding. There's just no, off hours. It's unbelievable how fast people are going up and down, and the danger of cutting your grass, shoveling your snow is enormous. So that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you.
Okay, so I actually live away up at Maine, and no one seemed to be talking about up there. The big question I have is that parking between Jackson and Maine. There's on the design there, I think you have what?
Yeah, we showed some parking there, like I said, that's proposed. We got 1, 2, 3.
Farther, next block.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that. Because of that right-hand turn lane off of Main onto Queen, people go in that lane and then they're going to all of a sudden have no lane. I don't know whether that, and especially for people who need to go down Jackson, I don't know whether those 2 parking spots are justified based on the amount of traffic problems it is going to be, especially if people are turning right on red off of Main onto Queen. There's not going because right now you can't really go through on the right-hand curve lane because there's usually buses.
Oh yeah.
On the other side, like Queen going like crossing lane.
Yeah, like I said, we've shown where we think we can fit parking spaces in. It's not finalized.
Right.
It's yeah, you raised the point there. The other concern I have would be is Jackson 2-way here?
One way. It's
Okay.
one way west of Queen,
Yeah.
2 way east.
That's what I was looking at. There's no stop bar, so we'd be concerned about sight lines. If cars are parked that close, but since nobody's pulling out of Jackson.
Honestly, the sight lines are much improved. Like because I usually come down they all turn to go down the 403. So why are you running through the city as opposed to on the highway?
But I do know what Aberdeen and Queen in the morning, not in the afternoons, but in the morning, that is the longest advanced route in all of Hamilton.
Really?
It's 30 to 35 seconds long. I worked in Toronto for 25 years. we may get one intersection that has the main street that long. It is very, very long. It's not that long in the afternoon because the volumes are quite as heavy in the afternoon. The problem we got in the afternoon is you got a heavy flow coming up the mountain. In the morning, it's not so heavy.
Has it been considered to make both lanes on Queen going, whether it be northbound, both of those left-hand turn lanes? So we have 2 lanes on Aberdeen to turn into.
We've looked at that. What we'd have to do, we'd have to kind of split the phasing, like it used to be over at Aberdeen and Dundurn.
Right.
One direction first and the other one first. We've looked at it. It's always something feasible, but we kind of stay away from going there. But yes, that has been considered.
Okay. And I'm going to reiterate something that was said before. There's a distinct feeling that this two-way conversion is right now a road to nowhere. Because if we're subscribing to the idea that we're dealing with this because there's of all the left-hand turns, there, you know, the traffic is trying to access the Kirkendall area. There is only, 2 streets now that you can turn left at beyond Aberdeen? And Jackson doesn't go through, it dead ends at Dundurn. So it's not a viable option, so now we're just sending all the traffic down Hunter, which again doesn't.
Yeah, I think we looked at Charlton, Hunter, and Jackson.
Charlton, Hunter, and Jackson. But Hunter and Jackson aren't really useful because they don't go through. They go through as far as Locke, and then we just move the problem from Queen to Locke. So I think it would be a lot better if we went all the way to King with the 2A. And I know that the council said, yeah, we're going to Maine, but what's the point if we're not going to King?
Thank you very much. I just want to assure you that discussions are underway with the LRT office to try and really test for that feasibility. So it certainly would be my desire. I think it was flagged in all the previous reports, but given the unknown with respect to how that corner is going to be configured with LRT, they just couldn't commit to it. So certainly I understand.
The vehicles going by, and I can always tell it's spring because motorcycles start at about Charlton, revving up to go up the hill. So yes, I'm very aware, but I still have to say, maybe some people who live east on Aberdeen might disagree, but I drive more slowly now, and I find, I've been checking lately that I'm going about 40. It has calmed it down. Last summer, I was walking back along Queen, southbound, and I was at Robinson maybe, and stood there explaining to someone. It was absolutely frightening, the speeds. So if this would slow things down, yes, we need traffic flow, but it is a raceway, and it's frightening. And as I say, I've walked and driven Main Street so much, longer than I used to live south of Aberdeen and Queen as well. If this is going to have things moved, be pedestrian friendly, I'm for it. And speaking of people going the wrong way, you'd be surprised how often I turn out of my driveway, and I'll get back to that in a minute, and I'm about to go eastbound and straight ahead on Aberdeen, and cars are coming this way. It happens there too. I have a question. You may not be able to answer this. You said that there's more to be done at Queen and Aberdeen. Do you know what that is?
Did I say that? No, I said that.
Maybe I pretended you did.
Yeah, no, we basically done what we've planned to do with Queen and Aberdeen. There was a request to go to stop sign here, it's a yield sign.
Some years ago, I asked the traffic department about a sign to slow people down on that curve, because it's frightening. To be honest, there hadn't been enough accidents. And in truth, in all the almost 35 years, 95% of the time, I can make a left turn out of my driveway eastbound onto Aberdeen. Maybe it's the way, I think it's the way the lights are configured. It won't slow things down. I just wanted to talk there about the speed, ask about Aberdeen, and to say I appreciate the work being done, and I'm going to look forward to hearing the updates.
Thank you.
About the speed, but I haven't heard really anyone respond in regards to what is being done to enforce the speed, because obviously we want to direct the traffic down Queen Street. That's understandable. So there's probably a chance that there will be more traffic, more than 13,000 right now a day. Yes, what do we do about controlling speed? What do we do about enforcing it? Because signs are wonderful, but without having the police presence, which we've mentioned, we never see police presence on our street. So
let's be able to know a little more about it.
I'll speak to that and maybe David, you want to add? So just in terms of jurisdiction, the police services in Hamilton are not directly overseen by council. There's a Hamilton Police Service Board, which is comprised of provincial appointed members, council appointed members, and members of council. So there's no direct line for us to pick up the phone and say, thou shalt do that. And there are good reasons for that. In terms of enforcement, absolutely. Enforcement is a key ingredient to making our safe street. I know Mr. Ferguson has just provided for a report this past week in which it's called Vision Zero. And one of the key elements of Vision Zero is that enforcement component. So having the police working in partnership with the city as enforcement is critical. Just appreciating that just jurisdictional divide. And I know there's certainly a commitment on behalf of the city to have the police work in close collaboration on our move forward on those Vision Zero plans.
I have a concern with adaptability. Whether it's a one-way street or a two-way street, just have a concern that from observing other projects in the city, that sometimes measures are taken and then it's costly we decide to do something else with it. And suddenly that bump out or that lane restriction suddenly is in the way and we're rushing to remove it. So whatever measures you take on this final design, you allow the adaptability. So if in 10 years' time people decide to go in a different direction, it's not going to be costly to change it over or adapt it to something else. The other concern is because restrictions exist on movement of large trucks and the fact that it is one of the few accesses to the mountain, anytime there's a major accident on the 403 or Red Hill, etc., we observe the amount of traffic that's exponentially increases on Queen Street. So whether it's one way or two way, that there's not going to be any ability for an ambulance to get through that hospital. So is there any consideration to allow that lane? I see that you've got the ability perhaps to have a lane that changes over from, depending on the time of day, from northbound to southbound. Is there an ability to have all three lanes going southbound between noon and 6 or the reverse?
Yeah, the only problem, and we kind of joke about that now, because the only problem with that is when you have it all, 3 lanes, and they're all going the same direction. What type of signs do we put up to tell drivers not familiar with the area, oh, you can't go through here because there's gonna be 3 lanes of traffic coming at you? It's awkward when you, certain times of the day you can all flow one way, and other times of the day you can't. It is done in some cities, but it's very unusual. Just really trying to convey that message to drivers, especially if there's no cars coming, to say, hey, because all the lines you have on the road would be all white lines, skip lines, so they wouldn't know, how come, am I driving the right way? But,
well, in this instance, is it actually more directed about emergency circumstances?
well, I guess the one thing, I can't really speak for ambulance drivers, emergency vehicles, but I mean, they can ride on the wrong side of the road, they can go one long way on a one-way street, they got a lot of power to do things that the rest of us can't do. If they gotta get somewhere, they gotta get there, so. But as far as the 403, yes, every September, we watch, and every September, we start seeing all the congestion on the 403. All summer long, it's nice and quiet. As soon as Labor Day rolls around, you start getting that congestion on 403, everybody's going back to work again. And then by about mid-October, it disappears again, it seems to calm down.
Hi, I usually like to bark from the peanut gallery to get in front of a mic, but I've lived in the neighborhood for about 50 years and a little more. I have 3 kids that go to one of the 2 primary schools that are between Queen and Dundurn. And I can speak for my community, in which, honestly, if there isn't 100% agreement to this, it's 99. Everyone I know that lives in my neighborhood has been waiting for this, and they're going to be applauding your efforts, and we congratulate this. So, anyone living south of Aberdeen or east of Queen has to venture on, if they're bringing their kids to school, has to venture on the Aberdeen Raceway, that we affectionately call the street, and risk their lives getting to school in the morning. 2 primary schools, that's JK. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all of this. It's been a long time coming. It's an emotional issue for that neighborhood because they have little children walking on Aberdeen in the morning. And we look forward to hopefully the next phase being emptying the Queen northbound onto King Street. I know the LRT is going to be there. Or adding a westbound lane on the Main Street. Hopefully that's the second phase. So thank you for your efforts.